Welcome to my tutorial on making these 4-inch dice. We have the traditional dot dice, the number dice, then the green and the red dice are basically yes/no dice. The green dice has yes on one side and no on all the other sides. I have actually weighted the dice. You can see in the tutorial here how to weight it. This dice here, this red one, that has 3 yeses and 3 no's, so you've got 50-50 chance, of course, unless you weight it. And of course, the number dice. You can't do without the good old number dice. So enjoy the tutorial and have fun making your own dice. Print out all your pattern pieces and then cut out all your leather pieces and punch all the holes. Do it however you do it. I did mine on my scan and cut machine. I cut out all the pieces on that and drew all the dot holes, so I did punch all my own holes. The holes are about 5mm apart in most of the spaces. You will need a one hole punch for the areas that are closer. Some of them are quite close just to get the shape correct. If you've used vegetable tan leather, just plain vegetable tan leather like I have, dye, oil and do everything you have to do ready for stitching up. I did oil mine, which made all my pieces darker than I really wanted them, especially the green dice. That was supposed to be quite light, but with a good oiling it actually was quite dark. I also found with the red and the yellow they were a lot darker than I wanted as well, so next time I probably won't oil them. I'll probably try something else. A lot of pieces, so now I'm just placing them so I can make sure that I haven't lost any pieces with all the processes that I have done. I did have to go and find an N. There was an N missing and I went and found that. It was in the rubbish bin wrapped up in some tissue. So now I know I've got all my pieces ready for stitching up. Next step is pretty simple. Just stitch all the numbers and dots and N's and O's and YES's on the correct places. Just get them all stitched in place. It takes a little bit of time, but once you've done that, then you're ready to sew up the cube. I've used 2 to 3 ounce leather, just plain old vegetable tan leather. It's actually belly leather for all my pieces. It was probably a little bit too thin, but they have come out perfect, and I think next time I'd probably still go with 2 to 3 ounce leather. Maybe a little bit thicker for the actual dice bit, but all the yeses and the no's and the dots and the numbers, I'd probably still stick with the 2 to 3 ounce leather. They came out just perfect visually and not too much extra weight on the dice. I have used 4-inch cubes, which we can buy here in New Zealand from a Par Rubber store, but you can actually just make cardboard cubes, or you can actually tape or glue cardboard to the inside of each piece of the dice. There is also the option of using the iron-on interfacing that is for bags. That is basically, it's almost like cardboard as well. Now to making the weighted dice. I don't ever want the yes to come up, so I'm putting a slot in my cube and then I'm putting that heavy weight inside there. Really what I should do is pinch a little bit of that foam out to keep it totally absolutely flat, but it is a pretty flat weight, so I'm not too fussy about it. I've made lots of these dice, weighted dice, out of felt, so I thought I'd have a go out of leather. Basically people say, can I do this or that, and you go roll the dice. Well, because you've weighted it, they can't tell that it's weighted on one side. So they think that they've got a chance of getting the yes, but really you haven't. Pretty much it does always land with the yes down, so it is actually a good trick. You can do this with this dice and also the 50-50 dice, so people literally think they've got 50-50 chance. It's just a fun way to do a dice, and it's amazing how many people have wanted them once they've seen them, especially the fact that they are weighted. If you're stuffing your dice, or if you are using cardboard, or even the iron-on interfacing that I talked about, what you can still do is stuff your dice. If you want to have it weighted, stuff it, and then right at the very end put a weight just on the side you never want to come up. That's an easy way to do it as well. Polyester fibre fill is a lightweight stuffing, and it holds things in place as well. So that's a way of doing a weighted dice. Now to stitching the pieces together. I'm using baseball stitch or American stitch to do the entire cubes. Now you can do them all the pieces separately, like I'm showing you here, or you can tape each piece to your cube like you saw me do. I did double-sided tape to the cube. Just make sure you use the correct numbering system, and to make sure you get each side of the dice correct. Now I have put a link, here is the link, to watch me actually do this baseball stitch. I did film myself doing it, but it was too dark because of the dice. So once you've stitched them all around, they should look like this. I purposely did this yellow one in this nice cream stitch because you can't see them in the darker stitches, but they come out just beautifully. So stitch them all up and make sure you've got all the numbers and dots correct, and have fun and enjoy your dice, especially your weighted dice if you're making them. Thanks again for watching another one of my videos. I really do enjoy making them.